Hey,
It's Rachel.
it's Alexis.
And welcome back
To Flourishing in Faith. The last time I'll say that one.
You see we're laughing, but this is real.
This is actually real.
This is a real thing.
This is not the last episode of Flourishing in Faith, but this is
Right.
the last episode of Rachel being on Flourishing in Faith.
Yes, we're bringing light to the elephant in the room.
Yes, but not saying Rachel won't be included in some episodes here and there. But
Right. So
So,
let's just dig in.
let's just dive right in.
dig in.
You can't really beat around the bush
Yeah.
per se.
Yeah.
So we're gonna dive right in.
So, I'm sure y'all have noticed that I haven't been in recent episodes. We haven't been posting as much. And there was a time when we were taking a break because it was a new year. But also that was kind of like a segue. And I know you guys are probably wondering what's going on. I've heard that people have been asking questions. So I just want to address that and let you know that nothing bad has happened.
No hard feelings.
No turmoil.
We are so excited, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of the opposite, honestly. We're not really in turmoil. We're not really in any negativity. We're actually kind of excited. So
Alexis didn't beat me up. I didn't beat her up.
No.
You know, nothing happened like that.
we just had a conversation.
Yeah. Communication.
Communication.
So let me start from the beginning. January, our church, Judah, had a fast.
Yep.
And so we all just I chose not to eat cookies or ice cream, and your girl was suffering.
I chose to fast TikTok, and I still fast in TikTok. I'm not
Same.
even on it right now anymore.
Yes.
But yeah.
I also chose to only drink water, or sweet tea, but no sodas or anything like that. And I also chose to not be on TikTok and just, focusing. And what I was praying for was direction and clarity. And if I didn't get anything else, I got that. And it was so crazy how it all happened so fast. It was like 21 days, and it all happened at one time. So, like I said, I was really praying for direction because this is a new year, and I was turning 20, and I did turn 20, and all these new opportunities are coming, and I was just like, Lord, where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to stop doing? Who do you want me to talk to? Who do you want me to not interact with in my life? And
Yeah.
What people do you want me to meet, and just stuff like that. And
Opening all the doors.
Yeah, what doors do you want to open? What ones do you want to shut? And long story short, this was one of the doors that he told me that he wanted to close, and it all came to me during a Wednesday night service at Judah. Troy Boozer was talking, and I don't remember the exact topic of what he was talking about, but he mentioned being comfortable.
Yeah.
And he basically was saying, if we stay comfortable in this one place, we're never going to want to move, obviously. Yeah. And if we are, for example, if we are comfortable in this pot and we want to stay in where there's no sunlight, where we can't get water, we're never going to grow. We're never going to have room to grow and flourish.
Flourish, yeah.
But it was just basically that, and the Lord spoke to me and was basically just saying, I'm opening new doors for you, and you're staying comfortable where I can't elevate you. I can't elevate you, and I can't let you move into what you want to move into if you don't move.
Henry. My dog was acting crazy.
Basically, he was you're asking for me to bring you to new places, but your feet won't move. So it was okay, God, wow. And so, at first I was a little sad because, I've loved, getting to grow this and start this and, make new friends out of the listeners that we've gained. And, I still love you guys. And it's, I'm still praying for you. And through all of this, I've learned so much about myself, about Alexis, and about us together. And not just that, but, God himself and, our relationship with him.
And this, I feel honestly, I feel the podcast was, a step for you.
Yeah.
Because she'll tell you what God's kind of pushing her into now. But honestly, I feel like this is like a stepping stone for that.
Yeah.
Like, the Lord had to teach you how to speak in front of people and how to, because you were, I mean, this is a big deal for you.
It really was, because I hated attention. And even though it was just me and Alexis, like...
I mean, it's still, like, you're speaking to people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even, like, we didn't know each other that well at the beginning of this either. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. What if I stumble over my words?
Mm-hmm.
And I did a few times, because I remember some funny moments.
Yeah. I think we all did, though.
Yes. But I was just nervous, you know? Like, I'm not used to being listened to that way.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to holding people's attention. And I hate attention anyway. And so I was just so nervous, like, people are going to look at our picture and click on my face. And, like, they're going to want to listen to my voice. And I just, like, didn't like it. But I was talking to Alexis on our way over here to record this. And I was talking about pride, like having to set my pride aside and know that I wasn't in it for me. I was in it for what God wanted to do through me.
Yep.
And as hard as that was to, like, finally give up and surrender to, I'm glad I was able to do it. And speaking of that and being able to talk in front of people, what I feel like God is calling me to is moving up into not just speaking into a microphone, kind of, like on the other side of a screen, but like in real life. Because my boyfriend David and I have been honored enough to have an opportunity to start teaching in the middle school age group at our church.
Yes,
and,
it's exciting.
Yes, and I feel like this, like you said, was a stepping stone to get me prepared for this new door that I didn't even see
coming.
Me getting close to this time last year.
We've been doing this for a year. Isn't that insane? But we've been doing this for a year, over a year now. And, I mean, a year, you could do anything for a year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you were getting a little too comfortable, I feel like. God's like, I wanted to put you a stepping stone further.
Yes. In order to get me from point A to point B.
Yep.
And I feel like now I'm about to, arrive at that point B.
It's so exciting.
Like, it is really exciting. And I am nervous because I'm not used to, teaching in front of people. Yeah. But, God's provided me an experience with Shabbat, like getting to know some of these girls and some of these middle schoolers that I'm going to get to talk to and, prophesy to and teach about the Lord. And that really did ease my nerves, like,
because I look up to you.
If God didn't think I could do this, he wouldn't put me here. And he wouldn't anoint me for it. And I believe that it's for a reason, and if I do, like, struggle, like, I know that God's going to make it easy, and I know that he's going to see me through it, and that he trusts me with it, and with these young people, and I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous.
It's so exciting.
Praying for me.
So that's kind of, like, why Rachel isn't going to be on the podcast as much. For next steps for podcasts, we're going to continue doing our podcast, hopefully having more guests, having people like Georgia Brown back if we can, other guests, and hopefully have more friends on here, too. But I think God's still going to speak through Rachel, so follow her still on her social medias. She's been and continue to post on there. Yes. So you'll be able to keep up with her there. We'll put our socials down below, but
yes.
Is there any, does the verse that you want to talk about?
Yes. So this kind of goes along with the fast that I mentioned and, like, how all of that happened in that 21 days. And it's Jeremiah 29:13, and it's the verse right after 29:11, where it says, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace, not of evil, to give you future and hope." And then 13 says, or 12 actually says, "Then you will call upon me and go and pray to me, and I will listen to you. And you will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart." Y'all, I almost called y'all Lord. I'm sorry. But y'all, I was searching. I was seeking because, like, I was like, God, like, I'm sick of...
Henry's here. My dog is right here.
I'm sick of staying in the same place. Like, I'm sick of staying complacent. Like, I want to move. Please don't growl at me. But anyway, I was just like, Lord, like, take me wherever you want to take me. If you want me to go on the other side of the world, make there a way for me to get there. Yep. Because I'm tired of keeping him in a box. Like, I want to move. I want to go and do. And actually, I didn't plan on talking about this, but there was a vision that I had a while ago, like way before I even knew about Judah. And I was sitting with my mom on the couch and we were talking, and I would just like had my eyes closed, and all of a sudden, like, this image of God, not his face, I couldn't see his face, but it was bright and so beautiful. Like, it was so beautiful, and I could just describe it as radiance. And he had his hand out like this, and he said, go. And so I was like, what does that mean? Because, like, I just had no idea. I wasn't that advanced in my relationship with God yet, and so it's like he was speaking to me, and I didn't know what it meant. But I've been thinking about that ever since I saw it, and it's just like every day I'm seeing new things that he's telling me to go and do, and I just remember that. And it's like, it's so awesome because I literally did go. Like, I moved churches, I moved, friendship circles.
You're obedient.
I without even realizing it. Like, I went and I didn't realize it. I didn't realize what God was doing. When you're in God's word,
I feel like when you're with Jesus and you obey him once and you continue to obey him, it gets easier to obey him. Yeah. And it's like kind of like second nature, because it's like, oh, well, if the Lord said, I'm going to go do it kind of thing.
Yeah, and I feel like if, like, we think it's like, oh, it's a chore to obey, but like, once you're in that groove, it feels less like a chore and more like a choice, like a life choice.
It is a choice.
A commitment. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Yes. When we were thinking about this, Ecclesiastes 3 came up, verse 1, that says, for everything there's a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Yes. And I know it always says there's a time to plant and to uproot. But, you could continue to read. Hello, Henry? He decides to slam on my door. I'm going to go take him out real quick.
All right, y'all. Stay tuned. Okay.
Go bark real quick. But there's a time for everything. So I think that's something that I wanted to bring up. For every matter, there's a season, there's a time. Yes. And I think just like there's seasons of podcast episodes, there's a seasons of life. Yes. Yes. So I'm planning on starting a new season of the podcast, season 3. Okay. With all the friends and new people coming on. Mm-hmm. And Rachel is still going to be here, still going to hang out, maybe help behind the scenes on the little graphic posts. So she's going to be here helping out.
I'm going to still be here. You just probably won't see my face.
You won't see her face. But she can give encouragement on the page too. So she's still a part of Flourishing in Faith. It'll never not be a part of Rachel. But we are so thankful.
Always in my heart.
We want you to subscribe, follow.
Do it.
If you are interested right now. If you're interested in following more for faith content and different things like that. So very excited.
The podcast is still up and strong.
It is
going to do a great job. She's a mighty woman of valor. And I am so excited to see all that she's going to do. So.
All right. Yay!
I love y'all.
And we will see y'all next week for Flourishing in Faith.